All right, so welcome to the NFL mock draft. Let me oh, wrong thing. I'll enter. And full screen. Okay, but of course it's the NFL mock draft. We draft, yada yada. Start drafting. First overall pick, Fernando Mendoza. It is that simple. Second overall pick, Orville Weiss. Again, very easy. Here, if the Cardinals are smart, they're gonna get a lineman for their quarterback. And what's his name? But they aren't. They'll go with good old David Bailey here. Titans. A few places they can go. They need a running back, definitely. They could go Sonny Styles here, though. Or Ruben Bain. Maybe O line. But again, smartest pick here would be Jeremiah Love. Jeremiah Love has been a great player. Overall weight is 93. Played 12 games last season. Like, these are his numbers. Numbers while only playing 12 games. We can't look at that stuff. Tens. Trends? Like, oftenly, he's projected around, sure, more recently he's been projected here. But a lot more of the time he's projected to be going to Kansas City. But I feel like he'll go there. Now then, the Giants have two firsts. I can't make a trade because I'm not subscribed. But if this pick, they'll take Sonny Styles. My opinion, the best linebacker in the see linebacker here. Like, look how good this is. Like, he only missed two tackles last season. I feel like he's going to be the best. Here, the Browns need a lot of help. They'll take. I feel like they'll take Francis Mauga. Here, Commanders also need help. Need a lot of help. D line, they could take Ruben Bain. Could take Caleb down because they need a safety. But they need some receivers. They need a line. Spencer Fanu's here. So is Manuel Freeling. Might take a shot on Makai Lemon because he's a smaller guy who plays like a big guy, but eh. I feel like they'll take Caleb Downs. Now then, here, New Orleans. They're going to take D-line or receiver. Ruben Bain's here. I have them taking Ruben Bain. Kansas City. They need defensive backs. Delane is here. Take him. Now then, the Giants. They need wide receiver and safeties. Well, with also guard and linebacker. But if they've already taken a linebacker in Sonny Styles, why would they take another one? They wouldn't. I have them taking Carnell Tate. Because first look at Carnell Tate. 6'3", 195. Talented receiver. Here's his numbers, though. So, he's had, his best year, of course, was last season, but when you look at these numbers, you then have to look at the other wide receivers. So, let's go look through them. Makai Lemon had a better season, but he's smaller. He's 5'11". Jordan Tyson had a good season last year. That 2 seasons ago, last season, didn't have a very good year. But he's also 6'2". They can build him a bit. What did I say? Amari Cooper, good player, Good receiver, 6 foot. Denzel Boston. I'm big on this guy. I like him. 6'4", pretty good player, but I don't think he's worthy of going 10th overall. Casey Concepcion, good player, yada yada. But here, they'll take Cornell Tape. The Dolphins need receivers, need O-line, need defensive backs. They will take Makai Lemon. The Cowboys, they just need help on their defense. Jamal McCoy's here. McCoy didn't play last season because of injury, but 2 seasons before that, he was good. First looks, he's a big player. I have them taking him. Here, they need wide receiver, not tight end, tackle, and linebacker. The Los Angeles Rams won't go receiver. I know for a fact they won't go receiver. So, I have them taking Monroe Freeling from Georgia. The the Baltimore Ravens, they just need help. Give them Jordan Tyson. Or maybe CJ Allen, actually. Let's look at this stuff real quick. Yeah, they would take CJ Allen, I feel like. Here, Kenyon Stick. Now then, the Jets are back on the clock. They need QB, wide receiver, edge, all that stuff. But I had them taking a linebacker, Norville Reese. They will take Jordan Tyson, 16. The Detroit Lions. Spencer Fano. It's Spencer Fano. Look at these. Look at this. He's allowed 3 sacks throughout all of college, and he's just a great player. Give them Spencer Fano. Now then, the Minnesota Vikings. They need center. They need D line. And they need safety. Dylan Feynman. This guy, 6 foot, extremely good player. I feel like they'll take him. Here, they will take. Call me insane, but I feel like this is what will happen. They need a somewhat bigger receiver because most of the receivers are smaller guys, if I remember correctly. They aren't that big. So, Denzel Boston. Call me insane. That's just my feeling. The Dallas Cowboys. He's back on the clock again. Their last pick, he took McCoy. This pick, they will take. They'll take Akeem Misuda. Mr. Don't know how to say his name. This guy. The Saints. I see people saying that they would go with Ty Simpson here. I don't think Ty Simpson's first round. He's just not that good in my opinion. But this guard here has given up 3 sacks in total throughout his career. Extremely good guard. Here, it's receiver. Receiver all day. And I already know who they take. The type of receiver they take, probably like Chris Bell. With those numbers, like the size, everything, 21. But there's also still Jeremy Bernard. Alabama. Like, there's a lot of players. But I feel like Amari Cooper. So, here, with the recent trade, with that very recent goddamn trade, Brazel, they'll take Brazel. Now here, Cleveland, would select. Like, they've already taken an alignment. So they probably need a receiver. They need a target for their young QB. Wide receiver. They would take. Let's look at Burks. Not the best. Smaller guy. Wouldn't take him. Concepcion. I've already looked at him. Chris Bell. Already looked at him. Jeremy Bernard. Mm, maybe. Skyler Bell, though. He was the best receiver in college football last year. He's young. They'd take Skyler Bell. Take a shot on him. Here, safety, Emmanuel McNell. Look at this guy. Good as everything. Yeah. Here. Here, iffy on where they go. But Heldrick Falk is here. He's had 2. He has had 13 sacks his entire college career. He's pretty good. Good size, 6'6", 285. So they could go with him. Or Caden Proctor. Could be a look. They wouldn't go Proctor though. Here though, Caden McDonald. Look at the size, look at all this. I feel like they'd go McDonald. Now the 49ers could go Caden Proctor. Again, we just looked at him. They're gonna need someone to step in for when Trent Williams retires. He can learn behind Williams for a year or two. Or again, Keldrick Falk. Size, big, 20 years old, good pass, pure pass rusher, but he's good. I feel like we take him. The Houston Texans. Texans need as much help as they can get. I give them Jadarian Price. Now then, with Kansas City back on the clock, this like Kansas City I last had taking Monster. Here, I know exactly what they're gonna do. They need a receiver. Give them KC Concepcion, or they could take Hood. To be a good defensive back. Also, this guy, Cassius Howell. Jesus Christ, this guy's good. Look at those numbers. Yeah, they take him. Now then, here. They're back on the clock. They need defensive help. Colton Hood's here. Caden Proctor. What more is there to say? They're taking Caden Proctor. Now then, Seattle. There's Terrell. Terrell is a pretty good player. There's also TJ Parker. TJ Parker's also a pretty good player. They could try and look for like a running back. Like they could look at like Mike Washington, Jonah Coleman. Like they could look at these guys. But I give them Terrell. Now then, the Jets, first pick in the second round. Do they have another second? Yep, they have this pick. Pick in the second. But what if? So this would be probably where they would take Ty Simpson. But that's if Arizona's looking at him. If they aren't, they'd skip on Simpson here and get some cornerback help, like Brandon Siss. So that's where I have them going. Now here, it's Arizona. They took. Who was it I had them take again? David Bailey. they'll go either O-line or Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson, 1 year store as the starter, but he hasn't looked the best, and he doesn't have the experience to go along with the age. So I give them Blake Miller. Blake Miller has allowed 5 sacks, but look at the size: 6'6", 315, 22 years old. Gonna be a good player. Here, this is going to be Emmanuel Pregnon. Has allowed 1 sack. First look, 6'5", 318. Pretty good player. Now then, the Raiders, they're going to need a receiver. They're going to need a receiver for their young QB. Casey Concepcion. The Giants also are in need of a receiver, but already have them taking Carnell Tate, so they probably wouldn't look at another one. So, I give them Jacob Rodriguez. These are his numbers. Here's the size. Yeah, Jacob Rodriguez. Texans. Again, they need a line. Let's look at the interior O line. There's this guy who's not doesn't look like the best. There's this guy who's pretty good. First look, yeah, they'd take him. Now then, the Browns. Again, need guards. Have them taking a tackle and receiver. They don't need a QB. They take TJ Parker though. Again, look at the numbers. Look at the size. That's who they go with. The Chiefs. They take Chris Bell. Cincinnati needs O line. They just flat out need it. I'm giving them max. There's 3 sacks. That's it. Here, they need linebacker and receivers. There's Bernard. They can take Eli Styles. This guy's fucking a freak. So I feel like they take him. Here, Dolphins. Again, need anything. D'Angelo Pons. And now, if he was here in real life, that's where they take Ty Simpson. Baltimore Ravens. Again, they need a lot of help. We look at the centers. There's Connor Leah, Sam Hatch, and Sam doesn't look that bad. I feel like they take him. Here. Right here. Zion Young. Now then, Indianapolis. They need receivers. They take James Bernard. Atlanta. Okay, the Banks is here. He's an alright player. Peter Woods is also here. They take Peter Woods. Good stuff. They take him. Minnesota. Mike Washington. Detroit Lions. Yeah, they take Lee Hunter. Carolina Panthers. Have them taking Denzel Boston. And here, Jack Andrews. That's where I think they'll go. Andrews. Defensive line, question mark. Yeah, these, look at how good he is. That's where I think they'll go. Here, call me stupid. Call me anything you want. I think they'll go quarterback. I think they'd go. Not maybe Carson Beck, actually. You know what? Carson Beck. Here, they already have a receiver taken. Yep. Caleb Lomu. Or Lamu. Los Angeles. They would take a wide receiver. Chase. Jags. They had no pick. I have them taking defensive line. And I think it's going to be Jackson. Here, Bears, center. Connor Liu, maybe. Jack Slaughter, though, is where I think they'll go. 49ers. Thomas. I feel like we'd take our Mason Thomas. Now then, Texans. This is where no, okay, the Banks goes. Now then, the Bears again. Chris Johnson is where I think they'll go. Now then, here we have them taking a tackle. I think they take Keith Abney. Now then, Denver. They need a lot of help. I think they take Bryce Lance from NDSU. Yeah, I think they take Lance. I just feel it. Here, again, they took a tackle last round. Yep. They still need a lot of help. Malachi Lawrence is here. They take Lawrence. Now then, the final pick that I'm able to do will be here. I have them taking Terrell. I feel like hmm, Jonah Coleman. Yeah, I think they'll take Coleman. So yeah, that's the end of the video. That's my mock draft. Goodbye.